Okay, that's streaming, presumably. Oh, that's where I am. Check this. Okay, it says broadcast. It's picking up sounds though, so I don't know if all the broadcasts actually work. Video broadcast, I just saw your symbol in the action tray. Where did you go? Make sure it's actually popping up. Seems to me. Whoa. Oh. There. It still picks up my finger snapping for some reason. I have strength almost maximized. Whatever. Anyway, it's been a while since I've been doing a solo stream. Oh. They fixed whatever issue Stream or Stream Empires had with the dozens of bonus people, it seems. Probably some bots somehow managed to wiggle their way. Anyway, let's see if I can beat this game. Where was I? Here? Okay. Here? Found out to get the hammer that I need, I just wander in this area and then I can get eventually. Sure. Pile of bones. Ooh, there's a sudden thrilling whoosh sound, and a man dressed in dark gray and a long flappy cloak, and a gray bandana pulled up to conceal his face appears before you out of the shadows. He brandishes a wicked looking knife at you, accusing. Stop right there, prove your allegiance, for I'll suffer no cultists in this place. Be more specific. The necromancer's cultists, the skeleton guys. That'll probably immediately get me into a fight with him. Also, I want to make sure that my okay. I just wanted to make sure. I've had like 2 or 3 streams where my audio didn't work, so I didn't want this to be another one. There's no one here to check. State your case. I protest the accusation, but fine, look. My skin isn't all pale and sallow from hanging out in crypts all day. My hands aren't all calloused from digging up graves. And I don't have dark circles in my eyes because I can sleep at night untormented by the constant howling of the spirits of those I've wronged. Oh, wow, good answer. Okay, off you go. Thank you, kind sir. Bonk. Man, can you imagine being able to beat up an entire demonic cow with just a whisk? Speaking of cultists, over the side of the road you spot a lone and gloomy grave marker. It's a lone and gloomy man in a black robe taking up the grave with a shovel. Hey, what are you doing? It's been a huge side thing where I've done things before. Good figure looks at you, looks at the shovel, looks at the grave, and back at you. Do I really need to explain? I mean, why are you doing it? Well, it's for necromancy practice, right? I mean, you gotta get the bodies from somewhere. That's despicable. Shrug. This is the necromancer's territory now. Your moral outrage isn't really my concern. Just say shrug. You know what? I've always been interested in ecstasy. Can I help you with that? Look, Joanna, tell me what. If you take the body up and deliver it to the master's tower for me, I'll put in a good word for you. Does the position come with a sweet hood? Sure. Take this one. We've got loads. It also leaves with a wave. You wait till it's outside and fill the grave back in. So that means that the necromancer's there. I thought he was no, he is over here. I probably have enough evidence. I'll probably find him. I should do that before I finish too. Cool. The tainted blood singeing in your veins. Hearing a song. Not like they're being singed. That would be spelled singeing. Really? Anyway, it's not created the engine originally comes to you. Crater strange. The thing that created it came from below rather than above. You dig through the rubble and find a hammer. Well, if it's an inverted crater, then it would be a hill. Unless it means the deepest point is the outer part. And it gets progressively less towards the top, which would be kind of like a hill that's sunk down to the ground. Which is also weird. But anyway, I got the mallet. Do the bonus. Look up. I need to get that before the end too. Do. Not Q, Q. Thank you, phone. New phone, similar swiping issues. What was it, both indication? Cow eruption. But it's called both indication. Get a negative, you can get a debuff from touching the pulpits while cow erupted. Interesting. Whoa. Oh, I wanted to get the full thing. I just have to do the muscle workout one. Oh, I could probably do that. Right now, I want to reset so that I can eat food again. Let's see. Where do my mouse go? Oh. Anyway, I have the mallet, so I'll bring with the mallet. Who dares summon Duke Wolfus? And why can't Duke Wolfus move? Hey there, Dookie. Not cool. Not cool at all. What are you? I am Duke Wolfus. What are you? I'm Bear Gardner. Duke Wolfus hates you, Bear Gardner. Release me. What's in it for me? Oh, Duke Wolfus knows what you want. Duke Wolfus knows you want power, and Duke Wolfus has it to spare. What say Duke Wolfus beefs you up a little bit, and you let Duke Wolfus go. That's not fair. Sure. Smart. Jukebox can appreciate the desire for power. He unhinges the jaw and a stream of black fluid sprays out its throat and into your mouth. God, I know, right? It's horrible. That said, you do feel more powerful. Release me. I hate lying, but it's for this perk. No, Jukebox is getting very angry. He does some more flailing, this time even less dignified than before. I feel kind of bad for him just leaving him here. Maybe I'll come and visit him more later. Bye, Dookie. Would you rather me call you Bovi? Cool. To Kellogg. Womp. Ooh. Do I have... So... Man. Muscly. Warm up stretching. Too long. Oh, stretching. It literally wants me to stretch. Ba 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 da ba. You know what? Dirt water. Put it for a minute. What? You dream that you're painting a self-portrait of a fancy French restaurant. After that strange music plays, you wake up ready to face your day. I don't myself angry. How are these? Those are all maxed. I'm using it as. Where's my mysticality? So much mystical. I'm level 5 angry. Yes. Go this way. Wait, am I not corrupted anymore? Did I cure that? Hey! Don't believe I did it. But there you are. You want no switch. Well, stretch is completed. Love. Love. Great. So we'll never make that stretch. Get back to stretch right. So you're ready for more balancing. Okay. Skeleton vibration 3. It's good. Even more revealing bones muscles you didn't even know you had. Skeleton was the third round of vibration. Every molecule of your body's not exactly where it's supposed to be. And then a cooldown stretching. And now I'm not corrupted, so I cannot be controlled in the ending. Now Duke Bovey can't control me. Ready. Also, where is Alexander? Sure, I'll get the pizza. I believe I have the ability to see the portal of this place now. Not. Here we are. With the key-shaped elbow bar device hums as you approach the floating window and peer through. You see a woman browsing through a book as she strolls along a garden path. There's a booming noise in the distance, and she looks up. There's a burst of static, and then the scene repeats. Never arm and pull her through. What the? What? Yes! I saved you, Alexandria. What in the hell just happened? What did you do? Saved your life. Don't mention it. All days work. Where's my house? As best I can work out, the commander of the nearby army fort got cabin fever and went on a paranoid rampage. You just happened to be in range of their guns. So that's what the soldier was trying to warn me about. I assumed he meant goblins or something. I'm sorry. Well, but how am I alive? I happened to see you through a time rift and pulled you through it just before the explosion. Don't ask me to explain that. Okay. Also, you're probably a couple years out of date. How long has it been for you since the cows came home? Since the what now? Oh boy, you have a lot of catching up to do. Well, I can't do that in this pile of rubble. What am I going to do? Oh, my lovely books. Speaking of books, there's a town called Dirtwater. Sounds charming. Though that's probably sarcastic, but like, sounds charming. There's plenty of space there, and they could use a library or a bookstore or something. Okay. So it's better than living in a crater, and some of the volumes look salvageable. Alright, I'll head there directly. See ya. Savior! Yes! So I need to go to Deepest Delve Mine for Roberto to contain Bob. He has become too funny. He must be contained. Yup. Let's roll on through here. West Roberto container power offline. How strong resonating detect? So I need to do the west one, which is phone. New fancy phone. It actually works. Okay. Whoop. Let's go back. Ooh. There is flat plane and flat mount to things. So basically, it's curious. It also move a bad mount, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, I found it. Oh, it's over here. It's literally on the edges. Because the other one I got is like... Man, being oblivious is a pain. Where's the curious? Curious cops. A lot of curious in this line. Oh, they're not even that far apart. Okay. It literally is all in the same floor. Bearded skeleton. I didn't read that, but I should have. Energized. I can get more of those too. There we go. Power terminal. Selecting station. Vertical containment. I'll return to make the weather machine in a minute. Whoop! Past skeleton with his hat pulled down to conceal his face. I could both us with a walking stick and a large backpack. Morning! Hi! Ah! Skeleton! Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, I kind of expected the skeletons to be mindlessly aggressive. And that doesn't strike you as a bit racist? Yeah, sorry, it's not exactly your fault if you don't know any better. Ever since that damn necromancer got elected, he's been doing nothing but giving the skeletons a bad reputation. Elected? Yeah, he started raising all these new skeletons and set a loose rampage around, and of course natural-born skeletons like yours truly got lumped right in with him. Makes me sick. Natural-born? Anyway, I'm getting out of here while the game's good. Moving to Canadia. Say, you didn't vote for that jerk, did you? No, I hate that guy. Right on. Here, have all these buttons I made. Necromancers, I hate him. Mysticality. Anyway, I got a lot of walking ahead of me. So long, stranger. Bye, you adorable skeleton. Aw. Lapel, huh? That's my offhand. Is that my lapel? Whoa. Well. I already have one of the legendary ones. Never mind. But I will keep that in my pocket because I am proud to have befriended a skeleton. Okay. This guy have a cork on my head. Initialize Roberto containment system. L Vibrato Crown. 7s to everything. Ah, this is still better. Even if this is an awesome crown. Ooh, look at it. It's vibratoing more than normal. This is what it normally does. It's slow whooshy. This is wiggly. That's the power. Get back up here. Ba-da-ba-da. Yep, but I think I could get in this somehow. I don't know how. Oh. So I can turn it off for being directed there now. Because it's turned on. Return adjustment. Increase adjustment power. Leave terminal. Okay. So if I remember correctly, now that it's turned on, push the button. Oh wow! Whoa! Wow! Someone's teaching a button the Goblin Rain chant. You guys have a chant that makes it rain? Yes! It takes months sometimes. A button is much better. Oh, Gary, you're so adorable. Woo! Rain! Okay, so it's raining. I'm not corrupted. I need to go down here. Harvest you. Whoop! Here's this. I don't think I can need to go to the end for this. I'll spare everyone the long-winded nothingness that is this try-ixing adventure. That bean nugget, though. Yes, I can. Ba-da-ba-da. Got the bean nugget. It's a nugget and a bean. Because this world makes no sense. That's fine. It's self-contained insanity. Ooh, most of the mines. Something. Your great north shore is this way. Basically, this cowboy is sitting at the rock of the lake, but in a way that seems incorrect. What happened? Giant horse through rock. Oh, I've done this before. Well, since I'm here, Alexandria, you opened something. Might as well check out your store. So what changed with this? The bookseller moved in next door, and she was real helpful in finding some classic recipes. Really nice ice block. Increase them all by 9. Interesting. Oh, this is the last store. Hello again. Thank you for telling me about this place. The locals have been very well. Glad to hear it. Oh, I never really thanked Private for saving my life, so thank you. Although I still don't really understand what happened. I don't think I could explain if I tried. Read your book. Can I just see your book? Sure. Yeah, I have all the beancraft once, but you know what? Fortune, I'm pretty sure I already have. I have those. Okay. So I have pretty much all those. You've already learned all the techniques. Look, but you do manage to pick up some tips, transfer the notes from previous owner left in the margins. You find a library and donate the book to it. So I gave it back. But hey, it's whatever. Excuse me. If I recall, I've got all but the Gherkin Brothers. Do-do. Ba-bo-ba-do-do. Oh, there's something at the Fort of Darkness. Ooh. I wonder if now that I've contained the version of the Professor says anything. Whoop. Anyway, I met Dr. Moore. She says hi. Josie? What's she up to these days? Well, I met her at a bar, and she was soaking the rock in whiskey. Still doing her hypercrystalline thermomorphic diorite tests. Good on her for being so thorough. Metal? Ready? Fine with that. There. Aha! Just to make sure. And I wander through here. Excuse me, little scribbles. Nothing else here. Yeah, we got a lot of points. I can't believe I haven't been here yet. Reach a center of clearing, your switch has been struck by a profane awe and terrible stenches. You saw the largest road apple we've ever seen. Can't even imagine how this got here. Was it a giant horse? Was it 200 normal-sized horses acting collaboratively? Wow, oh wow, my nose is disagreeing. Yeah. I've cleaned this up in all my other playthroughs. I'll just leave this bizarre pile here. Anything to silverplate? As a... This is probably about as good as that's getting. That's gonna be good. That's good. So I can silver coat things. Plate the hat you're wearing. Sure, played my hat. It's a mad hat. One more action point. Melee weapon. Sure. What else can you plate? Sure. Well, I don't have enough for the tournament. Let's see. Silver plated. Now that I'm not counting, I am very paladin-y. Plumbing cave. I bet there's something in there. Want it. Well, these only work once. That's sad. Power of Christmas, you were defeated. Stinkiness cannot stop me. It's thirsty there. Activate you. Energized. Quick gate. North Central Positronic Reactor. Oh god! Some of those walks. You know what? Bad Pickle Factory. I want to look up the solutions to this because figuring it out takes so long. Do. Give me that Pickle Factory information. Some Pickle shoulders, your hand touches the knob. Oh no, she's left her shift. Mrs. Flask would be so mad. She might literally bite your head off. Okay, well, not literally, probably. Talking in hurriedly, put on your bright green coveralls. Mrs. Vlass, as predicted, is furious. Late again? You better stop taking the job for granted. You think you're going to find a place with a nice dormitory and a reasonably priced company store like ours somewhere else? With your skills? Ah, you're doing 3 shifts today, Buster. Get to work, you're on pickle hopper duty. Ah, company stores. A horrible practice that was enacted for a while, which most people probably don't even know about, where this was back before there was more regulations. But basically, companies could, instead of paying you money, give you credit for stores that they operated and owned, where you could only buy stuff that they gave. So essentially, it was kind of like a roundabout way of having slavery without it being slavery. It was horrible. Thankfully, laws came into effect to get rid of that. I forget the time frame that occurred, but I remember reading about it in school and being abjectly horrified. The hopper runs you ragged, like always. Keeping the hoppers filled to keep a constant flow down the chutes means you're constantly at near sprint, because you have to manage the cook shunts to keep the levels equal. If you get uneven pickle levels, Miss Flass knows. Nobody knows how she knows, but she knows. A whack from can is the minimum you'll get. At the end of the first 6-hour shift, you get a brief break. Cram a stale cheese sandwich in your mouth while Miss Flask glares at her punk watch, counts down 3 minutes to the second. Break's over, second shift. You get over to the salt tank. Yeah! Managing the salt tank is a strenuous to pickle hoppers, but it's still a never-ending tension. The brine concentration has to be constantly monitored and kept at a very specific measurement, which means constant adjustments. Meanwhile, you can feel yourself desiccating from the haze of salt dust that fills the room. If anything in this place kills you, it's probably going to be salt tank duty. White lung is nasty business. Cough on your own time, and get that salinity back normal. It's supposed to be 976 parts per thousand. Hours, I remember, 976. Idiot! You get another 180-second break for the third shift. You spend most of it drinking water. The company doesn't charge for water, but you've heard the rumor they're considering it. Break's over. Get to the boiler. Boiler duty means shoveling coal into a furnace that runs a giant tank of boiling vinegar. It stings in here. You try to work with your eyes closed, but Miss Flash screams at you if you drop any coal on the floor, or if you let the temperature get too low, or too high, or just for no particular reason. Boy, that sounds like my supervisor. You're doing your job, you're doing anything, they'll yell at you. At least you're used to the smell of boiling vinegar. In fact, you can't smell anything anymore. 190 degrees, idiot. Not 189, not 191. What do you think we pay you for? You don't really miss your sense of smell, or not coughing all the time. You don't really want anything anymore, except to die. With a gasp, you finally snap out of the horrible hallucination, or possession, or whatever the hell that was. Jeez, you can still feel the stick of vinegar paper in your eyes. Whew! This place. 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got it. Got it. This was right. It's okay. I took care of the cucumbers. It's finally done. Thank you. The ghost smiles as he fades away. A few bones hit the ground below. Rest in peace, poor guy. Salt time! Let's see, it is 5:31. So 9, 7, 6. I was never able to. I probably remember some that I had played by ear. That one's not really a hard level, it's just memorizing the number, which I'm not good at. It's fine, thank you. Oh, for the vinegar. Degrees, 73 degrees, 70. This will take a minute. 50. Ooh. And then... There we go. Whoa, what is with my body? Am I broken? Is it just me, or is my character model not exactly moving correctly? It looks like my head is slightly off position. That was weird. That was really weird there. Vigorous at 190? Oh, excuse me. Some peace, man. Oh, the never! Let's pick this. No, place, what is it? Fix an old abandoned pickle factory. You two pickling an entire factory? Yes, sure. Oh, so if we do this again. Alrighty. Which means I should be able to go to Dirtwater and return these bones. Probably was hoping that I could just bury them. Let the poor people rest. What's a good word? Give her the pickle factory remains. What in the world? It's the Gurkha brothers, and please, I don't want to talk about it. It was really weird. I believe you. Here's the reward. Huh, looks like these things are still twitching. Better lock them up just to be safe. Can't believe they never let them out of the cocoon. Hey, Garca brothers. Huh. Ooh, I have to leave us. Yeah! Advanced Craft Volume V. That master but thank you. Um let's see. Another jumble neck. Whoa. Sure. Do you have anything new? No. Zay. I suppose I should buff myself. Immaculate beans. Beaker of fudge. Ah, fudge. Fudge mental. And just because banana. I'm going ape over the banana you just ate. Okay? Well, that's not bad. Ooh. You drink whiskey and feel your skull get a little bit tighter. Temporary tumor. That magically tainted whiskey has given you a temporary boost in your brain power and brain mass. It will almost certainly not have any lasting negative consequences. Ribbon? It's my spell damage. Miscount by 11. Ooh. Oh, sarsaparilla, which is spelled differently. Sarsaparilla. There's something that appears in this section that's really decent, but I can't remember what. It might even be the coffee thing. My current status. 131 spell damage bonus. Yeah. I will be getting more spleen capacity after that one. Sweet. Look at all those buffs. Ooh. Alrighty. That's fine. I got energized. Right. Stop load. My fifth is fifth of burning eye closing. You know what? Oh. Anything of interest in here? Anything of interest in here? Lemon? Organic sedative. Is it fluid? Organic sustenance. Oh. Is it in the thing here? I'm pretty sure I did this, right? Yes. Five piles. You walk right to the ground, revealing something the tip of a stone obelisk. A hollow in the center of the obelisk contains a small stone ring. When you take it, the obelisk retracts back to the ground. Huh. Not the best ring for me, but hey. I did it. That's those glyph things that I occasionally run into, like the one that I just read a little bit ago. They apparently... It's a puzzle connected to this. I still don't know how it connects, because none of it makes sense. But you know what? Whatever. And a small mine. My head is just like slowly moving back and forth. Hmm. Probably normal. Why wouldn't it be? I don't think there's anything in the shroom cave, but let's go see. You poor Babs. Ah. There was a thing. Does it look funny? No, okay. Old cave. This. The thing that was for DLC that never came out because the creators of this just gave up on it. Apparently. I thought as much. Lots of back and forthing right now. Did I get you? Yeah, this dude. Oh, that means that's probably the only one. Ooh, it's long. No, not this place. This one. Does. So, 3? It's not this level. Yeah, it seems to me that would be the level. I'll accept this. Assault room. Moon bits. Can I make moon shiny ones? Anything else in this place? Doesn't look like it. Let me just do this out of here. Must be level 3. That's the level that has the minecart. There's no. I get to coal already? Oh, it's the diamond. Maybe the case. Super dense coal. Okay, so I have the super dense coal. What I need is the time squeezer. I believe is in the mountain. Oh, hello. Twig snaps in the woods behind you. You catch a moving shadow in the corner of your eye, but nothing is there. You have the uncanny feeling you're being followed. Look, I'm on my way somewhere. Can we just cut to the chase? A huge skeleton, much taller than any human, and with structure and power so much in between a human and a gorilla, smashes all the animals and charges at you. Hurrah! Good, thanks. No, no. No, no, no. Hurrah. Bigfoots aren't real. Big feet? Whatever. There's no reputable evidence for them, and if there were, we would have found it by now. In other words, you're a hoax. Go away, hoax. Skeleton shovels away, clearly dismayed. To just dismiss something as a hoax in front of you. Be able to see something and say it's a hoax so much that it just leaves is exactly how the Flight of the Dragons ends. I don't remember the ending because it's been so long, but I did read it and was extremely amused and baffled by the main character, who's supposed to be a scientist's extremely unscientific method for doing things. Of, I see this happening, but because what I understand of science says that it doesn't work this way, it can't. Which isn't how the science process works. Science is understanding why things work the way they do. Oh, whatever. It's another battery. Thank you. On. Time to put something in the left hole. Soup dense coal. Thank you. Whoa! Ready? Oh, Mr. Jeweler. This one again. Welcome back. We brought any gemstones that you would like Mr. Jeweler. Look for you. We found a morphic diorite. Master Jargon takes the polished thermomorphic diorite and sets it to a fine recruit. He doesn't have to polish or cut it because Aeons of Later already did the job for him. Maybe you should have given your 500 meat to Aeons of Later, not Gerald. Not bad. Master takes your massive diamond, cuts and polishes it, and sets it into a fine ring. I was playing golf with your friends. Oh, they're playing golf with their friends together. I want to play that. I can still play that by the time I get done with this storyline. Maybe I will. Let's get to upgrade more rubies because I love rubies. Ready? To that or this one? Let's see. Where was Lord Darkness? This one? Yes. Didn't want to wander in there. Ha! Each shape of my radar device hums as you approach the floating window clear through. You see nothing but rocks in every direction except slightly down to the left, where you see two missing-looking hairy men fighting. Wait, they're not fighting. They're taking turns bonking each other on the head with clubs, but they're smiling eagerly. Through the window, you can just barely see the shoes of one on the left. You grab the man's shoes, which makes him giggle even louder. As soon as the shoes pass the window, it snaps to static. Right, shoes. That's what you say if you were afraid of shoes and you heard some shoes coming. And even though you're not particularly afraid of shoes, this pair is still pretty intimidating. Right, shoes! That's funny. Okay, so... What? Don't know. I mean, I'm significantly more prepared than I need to be because this is a meh type situation that I'll be dealing with. But you know. Follow the tracks. You jump on Otter's back and ride like the wind. Follow the road back to the desert. When you finally catch up, you stand up on Otter's saddle and leap onto the back of the train like a real badass. Just barely catching that roof and pull yourself up. Here's hoping you don't have to do that again. Your stuntman could have been killed. Looks like Gary decided not to join you on account of not having a stuntman. So you're on your own until you get back to Frisco. I stole this train fair and square. Feeling neither fair nor square. Oh, I want to fight him. But this sequence is fun. You know what? I'll do the sequence. Pickled crackers. And fruit. Sounds about right. Safe cracker. Cargo key. You guys look angry, confused. Well, I guess I'll just do this then. Eat. You've never wanted anything more than your life than to look at this dome and see what's under it, but you're not sure you can muster the amount of culinary expertise it requires to properly reveal a dish of such presumed quality. Et voila! Oh, it's just a cream pie. Shaving cream. What kind of lunatics are running the food service on this train? It's no good to eat, but it's very aerodynamic. There's no clear shot from here, if you want to throw that pie at him. Horses! I hang out on top of the movie train of the night. I've hidden the key to the forward passenger car in my luggage to make it easier for me to murder everyone in the sleeper car. Sincerely, the train murderer. Yes, come to the roof of the sleeper car in the next 55 minutes if you want to murder it. Crazy. You open the door with first fashion. A sole occupant is a little boy about 10 years old, wearing a blue suit and knickerbockers. Oh, hello, sir. Southern grog. Nothing you need to worry about, kid. I'm on the trail of a bad guy. Do you mean a murderer, sir? I'm pretty sure there's one on this train, and they don't call me the world's greatest detective for nothing. What's your name, kid? Oh, I should say, sir. There might be a copyright. It's that weird anime about the guy that gets turned to the kid or whatever. A little while, and then no one started talking about it ever again. I thought it looked boring, but just not my thing. Are you on the roof of this train? Excuse me? The murderer left a note saying he's on the roof of the train. Are you? No, sir. I'm in my passenger compartment. Right, good, that'll be it. Go on over to the second passenger compartment and look inside. There's a portly man in a dapper gray suit with a tiny, meticulously waxed mustache. And not, if I'd like to clarify, an enormously bushy one. Excusez-moi. Monsieur? Sorry to bother you, but there's a murder on the loose, and I'm checking the passenger compartments. Sacre bleu! This is very serious, mon ami. Allow me to prefer to use my little gray sails. I don't know what that means, but no thank you. Let me just ask you one question. Certainly, I am at your service. Are you on the roof of the train? The roof of the train, monsieur. Right now? That's right. No. I am here in conversation with you. Good, that is all. You open the door to the third passenger compartment and find nobody inside. Since the note of the murderer said he is going to be on the roof of the train, that means that he couldn't be in his passenger compartment. And since there's no one inside this passenger compartment, whoever the compartment belongs to can only by possible liberty should be on the roof. Which means the person who rented this compartment must be the murderer. Or another part of the train, whatever. Probably. Well, the clue you find here is the luggage ticket, though. It has the 3 on it. Now, this is where the deduction would go through because you would find the last person. But whatever. The only passenger in this compartment is a middle-aged woman who is writing something in a note. She looks up to you to enter and greets you with a friendly northeastern accent. Why, hello, is there something you need, dear? Let's say northeastern, so that'd be my area. Unless if they mean our weird demographic thing where only like the absolute most eastern part is considered eastern. Which is so weird. Also, parts that aren't in the east are considered that. Anyway, sorry about that, ma'am. I don't want to alarm you, but there's a murder on board the train and I'm investigating. Murder on a train? My goodness, that'd be a wonderful premise for my next novel. Sure, why not? Anyway, I need to ask you one question. Go right ahead, dear. According to my evidence, the murder is on the roof of the train. Are you on the roof of the train? No. No, dear. Thank you for your time. Would you like a meat pie? They're homemade. No thanks. Just have a look at this playing card before you go. Unlock. Find the making of the passenger car. 1 car back from the locomotive. Which may be confusing if you thought locomotive meant the entire train. So I could just say the engine, except that also refers to the engine itself. That is, the actual steam engine that makes the train go. Not just the car of the train. Anyway, you're in the passenger car. Suddenly Norton clambers in the window. He must have dramatically clung to the side of the train in order to reveal at the last minute that he hadn't actually been defeated. Dang it! He runs into the frontmost car of the train and locks the door. What a jerk. Maybe you get some passengers to help break down the door and arrest him, or you can just kick the door down and shoot him until he can't bother anybody anymore. Shooting him would be cathartic, but... Professional guy is frowning on a sheet of paper and occasionally scribbling with a pencil and then erasing what he just wrote. Excuse me, can you help me with something? Sorry, I'm busy. Ask my wife, or my daughter. God knows she could do something to keep her occupied. Richard, it's quite academic. I'm sure you wouldn't understand. Try me. If you must know, I'm a scholar of foreign antiquities. I'm attempting to resolve this ancient conundrum from the Far East. It shows you to me a paper covered in little boxes, some of which has numbers on them. That's a Sudoku. My brother thinks they're for babies. What? Look, this box can't be a 3 or 7 because you've got those there and there, so it has to be a 4, which means it's 5 here and 9 here, and then that's the If that's a 9, then this can't be, so it's 7 and this is a 2. You can fill the rest of the puzzle. Well, damn it. What fun is it if you solve it for me? Sorry, will you help me break down the door to the agent and arrest the Emperor? Well, I guess I've got nothing better to do now. Guy is totally panicking. Or franticking, which is a word I just made up that means frantic in a frantic panic. Everyone else is ignoring him as hard as I can. Hey buddy, you okay? It's all a lie. We're never going to Frisco. Frisco probably doesn't even exist. We've been testing to see how long we could survive in complimentary peanuts and bottled water, and now they're moving us into the desert for some kind of government camp. They're going to use our organs to fuel alien flying machines. It's sad that there's people actually like this. Time to do what I want to do to all those kind of people. Like flat earthers. Percussive maintenance! What? What? Oh, sorry. Guess I lost it there for a second. Feel better? Here's a shawl. Well, yes and no. Listen, we're going to get to Frisco. First, we've got to bust into the locomotive up front and arrest a crazy guy. I need some volunteers. Okay, I'm in. If I have to sit here doing nothing for much longer, I'll probably flip out again. Lumen is focusing on knitting and ignoring the general commotion. He must have been knitting the whole trip because the scarf she's made could accommodate a whole marching band. Excuse me, ma'am. Whatever it is, I want no part of it. To myself, and I've no desire to get involved. Thank you very much. Come on, this is important. The basic guy stole the train, and I need to help rescue him or you'll never get to Frisco. I'm sure everything will sort itself in the end. In the meantime, plenty of wool. Ma'am, is that your daughter? Yes, she is. What about her? What would you like her memory of this absurdly long train line to be? That her mother was a hero who helped stop the bad guy? Or that she sat powerlessly, knitting while the menfolk did everything? What sort of role model would you prefer to be? That is tantamount to emotional extortion, young man. It's your choice, ma'am. Fine. This overweight man is in a three-piece suit and a bowler hat. He's probably a banker or something. His eyes are closed and his posture's relaxed, but the clench of his jaw betrays his aggravation. Hi, excuse me. Yes, what is it? The crazy jerk calling himself Emperor Norton has hijacked the train, and I need volunteers to help burst out the door and arrest him. I see, and will you help me? No, I'd rather not. That sounds quite strenuous. Perhaps even dangerous. Come on, please? No, I don't think so. I'm quite comfortable here. I prefer to avoid stress. Ah, I can relate. Ready, please? Again, no. I'm supposed to avoid things that might raise my blood pressure. Pretty please with sugar on top? Sugar is one of those things. Pretty please with gravy on top? Gravy is another. Look, please just leave me alone. Please, 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 please. No. Please, 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 please. No! Please, 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 please. Stop that. Please, 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 please. I said no, stop asking. You're really getting my nerves. Please, 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 stop asking if you say yes. No, damn it. Please, 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 please. Oh, my God. Now help, just leave me alone. Ah. The child technique. This man is too busy ignoring his daughter to not ignore you. That means you should be able to pay attention to it. This little girl is bringing out the window of a train, clearly bored out of her mind. Hey there, busy? No, all my toys and friends are in our luggage and it's boring and I hate it. Do you help me with something really important? Huh? Like what? Well, that guy took over the engine car and needs some people to help break down the door and arrest him. What? Mister, I'm just a little girl. Hey now, that's not a good attitude. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do anything just because you're a girl. But, okay, yeah. We'll bust that crook's face in. Wow, that's the spirit, but you gotta pay me in advance. Geez, you're learning a little too fast. Alright, what do you want? I want stuffed animal. A big plush owl? Wow, she's great! She takes the owl and gives it a big hug. Okay, mister, say the word and we'll show that jerk what for. Awesome. Enjoy your stuffy. This lady is flipping through a book titled Birds of the Western Territory. Since most of the place is desert, it is a very long book. Excuse me, ma'am. Yes? A crazy psycho has taken over the train engine car and I need volunteers to help break down the door and arrest him. Oh my, I certainly couldn't be of any help with that. I'm very conflict averse. What if I told you he hates birds and is determined to outlaw them from the territory after he seizes power? That's very sly, but I know you're only saying that because you saw the book I was reading. Yeah, you got me there. Any other ideas to convince me? Suddenly you hear a tapping at the passenger car window. What the? Russell! You open the door and your pet crow Russell flaps in and perches on your shoulder. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Caw! Oh my gosh, what a beautiful crow! And he knows you? Oh, sure, me and Russell go right back. Right, buddy? Caw! I rescued him from a cat when he was only just in the nest and raised him as a pet. Set him free when I left home recently. But what's he doing here? Has he been following you since then? No, he probably just happened to be flying by, spotted me on the roof of the train and recognized me. Crows are crazy smart like that. It's amazing. Oh, I wouldn't give to have an avian friend like that. Well, I'm still going to be doing a lot of traveling after this. I figure, so I can't really drag Russell along with me. But I bet Russell wouldn't mind being pals with a nice lady in Frisco who helped save the train. What do you think, Russ? Russell caws again and flaps over to perch next to the lady. He lightly pecks at her shoulder in a friendly manner. Gah! My goodness, how could I refuse? It's a pleasure to meet you, Russell. My name is Annabelle. Awesome, I'll let you know when we're ready. Oh, Russell. You're such a cute crow. £1 on the door, the locomotive, or is your car or cab or whatever. Oh, you pound. Open up, Norton. No! Alright then, I'm coming in. Oh yeah, you and one army, tough guy. You let's look at the passengers. Me and this army! You the passengers broke down the door very impressively. That would have been even more impressive if you had some torches and old-fashioned rakes. Norton has backed up into the corridor of the engine compartment next to the engineer, who looks over his shoulder at you and shrugs. So-called Emperor Norton, you're under arrest for the crime of being a total ass. It's not illegal. It is when I'm in town. Everybody grab it. Except you, Mr. Engineer. I can see you're busy driving the train. Right. Actually, if you could turn around and head back to Frisco at the next station, that'd be great. No problem. Ow, let go. This isn't over. You haven't heard the last of me. Tell it to the judge, Norton. The prison judge. We got all the way west. Hooray! Gary's west! Hooray! Not long before popping now. Gee, Gary, I'm going to miss your weirdly cheerful nonsense. Don't worry, Gary will wait for popping until you're done with doing it. Still helping. Aw, thanks. Ah. Ah. Let's get this ending, and I'll see afterwards what Sugar's doing. If she is playing golf with your friends, I will probably join her and then do the DLC next time, question mark? It's not terribly long, but it's long enough to last for a while. And um I'll probably have something else lined up as well. Looks like somebody on the train got a job as the projectionist. Would you like to watch the movie? It's free, because movies have only recently been invented and nobody's figured out that they can charge us for them yet. Doing this will not change anything about the world or your character. When the cutscene's over, you'll still be right here, and you can keep playing if you want. Some say endings don't matter. But other folks, they like to know how things turn out. Consequences of their actions like. The trains were again, Frisco thrived. People came from all over to seek their fortunes. But thanks to you, they didn't have to do it while on fire because some cow attacked their wagon. The railroad completed and Norton ousted. Smee found himself out of a job, but found an inn of an opportunity. Being elected mayor, he managed the growth and infrastructure of Frisco with passion and pragmatism. In 1944, Frisco was named Most Reasonable City by the Tuesday Evening Post. Look at all these nice places. After he got settled in, Gary climbed on the top of the tallest building in Frisco and shot spores every which way. They say his descendants still roam the West to this day. Look at all the Gary descendants. The Garylings. The Garrulets. Thanks to your assistance, Hobart Buppert got his photography bug. Or should we say photography owl? Anyway, he opened up an art gallery so citizens of Frisco could never again have to suffer from the inability to see pictures of owl skeletons whenever they wanted. Carson left the fort and set up a shop in Frisco. His fitness group skyrocketed in popularity. The growth was entirely due to word of mouth, because the first rule of Kurtzfit is that you cannot stop talking about Kurtzfit. That person right there. Wow. He looks like he's like, oh gosh, I can't stop and I hate it. Cultists he rescued eventually joined a different cult, but the new one is quite a bit safer than the old one, since it's mostly about annoying people on the street instead of unearthing ancient evil destructors. It's the cult of the little flower girl? Now, the professor gained enough knowledge about elf vibrator technology to start building his own. He opened a very successful consumer technology store in Frisco. And for decades, people spent all their time staring at little computers in their hands instead of talking to one another. He invented the cell phone. Performers used sent to Dirtwater performed the greatest band in the history of music. The perfect union of percussion, strings, and technology. They immediately secured their place in the culture history of loathing. Their songs were innovative, stage presence was spectacular, and the liner notes on their albums were extremely clever and interesting. They called themselves the Aristocrats. Hey, it's the sleepy guy from the train. Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo Bill retired from the killing trade and made a killing open up a restaurant in Frisco. Buffalo, 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 Wild, Wild, Wild Wings. You solved all of Brooklyn's problems. With the increase in morale and civic resources, they were able to clear the weeds from the road and fix the well and the broken hitching post. There was even enough left over to give the mayor's office a new coat of paint, refresh the facade on the butter biscuit, and add a second story to the bunkhouse. They even managed to get that horse into rehab. Look at it. It's so nice looking now. There's the horsey. Look at you. Olive Garden and Cactus Bill lived happily ever after. A wandering band of goblins found that elf-vibrated weather machine you unearthed and formed a cult around it. Due to the increased rainfall, both Olive's garden and her marriage were extremely prolific. Oh, look at the cactus children. They're all so happy. Chuck continued to run his blunt breakfast without incident, accident, scandal, or allegation for many years. You won 4 of the reenactment scenarios at Fort Memorial. They still talk about you. You know that bear fella came through here? Yeah, he's really good at this game. Here. With your help, Roy Bean's Jelly Bean Museum became the talk of the town. Well, first they had to build a town nearby, but once they did, woo-wee! Dirtwater became, relatively speaking, a thriving metropolis. Thanks to your efforts as a commerce ambassador and all-around helpful stranger, the once sleepy town became a shining oasis in a barren land. Every man, woman, and child in the town knew your name. They even put up a little plaque with your name on it in your old room at the Jewel. Look at that stripy hat there. Tiny top hat! That was concerned. As for you, after adventure, you settled in Frisco and bought a very long, very narrow house. You filled it with souvenirs from your exploits and started an antique hat rack collection. When you left home, you told Rufus you wanted to help people. Over the course of your adventure, you helped 89 people. You weren't whistling Dixie when you declared your intentions. If you had been Catholic, they definitely would have saved you if you had asked. But you wouldn't have asked, because you wouldn't want any trouble. My very long, very narrow house. I've probably manured for Gary and his folk whenever they show up. Bones. In 1906, all the remaining cows in the west were simultaneously activated by some kind of signal from hell. They thundered east, forming a gigantic, single-minded herd. Fortunately, since you somehow managed to outdo both on the side of the ground, and cleanse yourself of the blood bovine taint, the army of cows had nobody to lead them. They thundered east at a chaotic mass. This disorganized herd never even made it to a human settlement. Thanks to your cleverness, the world was not destroyed 420 years later. On the contrary, it remained undestroyed for millennia. Future generations don't know that they should thank you, but they definitely should. Bob's humor has been contained and won't destroy the planet. Oh, West Cleveland. I saw West Cleverland. I was like, whoa, what a name. Dan Bob? Is that one name? Dan Bob? Dan Bob. Take a brief break here. I'm going to pop into another voice chat thing real quick and chat with my sister Sugar for a bit to see if I'm going to play this or switch over.